Hey guys, welcome to my channel and I'm back again with another really interesting video guys, and today's video is going to be another new feature of Google Antigravity. So yes guys, if you have not seen my previous video, I have done a full tutorial of Google Antigravity IDE. It is a really good vibe coding IDE which allows AI agents to actually code for you. And yes guys, I have done a full tutorial on how you can use agents to actually code for you, make these cool calculator Python scripts for you. And I have also made a tutorial for you guys to do the MCP servers connections in your Google Antigravity ID. So please do watch these videos guys, because I think they're going to be very informative for you. But today's video we are going to talk about customizations. So yes guys, what are customizations and how we are going to do them and why are they so important? We are going to discuss all of that in today's video. So let's get started. So first of all guys, why do we need customizations, right? Why do I need to write these set of rules and I need to explain to my anti-gravity, okay, my testing framework is PyTest, and whenever I commit a function you should add comments to it and all these things. Why do I have to create rules? And why do we even need to customize our agent? The answer is guys, yes we do. But the thing is that all the developers now that they're gonna use the AI or they're gonna use the vibe coding tools or IDs like anti-gravity, all of us have got an experience of 10 years, 12 years, 15 years behind us, right? Most of us. So for us, we have gotten a habit into certain practices. So for example, I have a practice that whenever I commit a function, I add comments to it so that I can explain to anyone else, okay, this function works like that, and anybody in future will be able to understand it, right? So that's just something of my habit that I am very used to. Now, if these developers who have got these experience behind them to start vibe coding with anti-gravity, the AI is not going to follow the same conventions, the same rules that you follow, right? So that is why the customizations come into picture. The customizations is basically customizing your AI agent to actually work exactly how you used to work, right? It is going to be similar to your personalized agent, which actually understands your behavior, your rules, and implements them. That is why customizations is most important. Now that we know why the customization is important, we have to now understand how we can do customization. So let's see that first. So first of all guys, it's very simple. You just click on these three dots, customizations tab is going to appear. But then there are multiple types of customizations you can do. The first type of customization you can see here, I already made it. It's a global customization. So initially when you are going to open the customization tab, you will not see anything here. If you click on the new, it will open a customization file for you. So for example, it opened for me a customization file and I named that file as gemini.md. So there is going to be an md file that opens for you. Now, once that file opens, you're going to start writing the rules, and those rules you will see here in this under these rules tab, and whenever you will refresh, all the rules that you have added or updated are going to show here. But remember, this is a global file, okay, and this is by default, okay, this is a global file. So let's say in this my global file, I have written my testing framework is PyTest. So all the test cases that are going to be written for my Python file have to be under the PyTest test framework. And then the comments line that I just explained to you, right? Now I have committed that file. I have just saved it. Now these rules are my global rules. So for example, does not matter which project I am in. So you can see that I am currently under anti-gravity project. But if I go to file and I go to my recent folder, open recent, you can see that I've got multiple anti-gravity project, hello anti-gravity project, etc. etc. Multiple anti-gravity projects I have created. So all of these projects have their own workspace, but the rules that I have created by default are global. So all of these rules are going to be applicable to my all anti-gravity spaces. So I am assuming here that all the anti-gravity projects that I am creating are going to be with Python. And if you have such rule, you can just add this rule here, right? Now, if you click on workspace here, then you get a tab which opens right here on your workspace. Let me show you. Let me reduce this size. So if you click on workspace right here, so let's say I click on workspace, you will see that it shows me a small text box right here and it says enter the rule name and press enter to confirm. So if you only want to create rules for this particular workspace, you just need to click on workspace and you can write the rule name. So let's say my rule name is anti-rules, okay, which is quite weird, but you can see now I will show you that because those rules are particular to this workspace, you can see that they appear under your anti-gravity project in .agent/rules. So these rules are going to be committed to your GitHub space, but the global rules are not committed to your GitHub space because they are just global to your entire anti-gravity IDE. Okay, so these are local rules for particular workspace and these ones are global rules because it says global right here. Now if I click on update, you can see that the anti-rules MD is also clickable, and if I click on anti-rules.md, you can see that it opens here, activation mode always on, and now I can write my content here, right? I can just write the rule that I want to say, like for example, always start a function name with fun underscore. Okay, so let's say all my function names I want to be started with this. Okay, now you can just save this file, and when you go to your rules and you will update them, you can see that the rule is visible. Okay, so this is how you can create rules. Okay, now if you go back to the agent, and this is my calculator.py, let me show you. This is my calculator.py. It has all these functions, add, subtract, etc. Now I go to my agent and I basically ask my agent to write a function for me. Okay, so let's say write a square root function for me, which given a number calculates the square root, and also write test. So you can see that I gave multiple commands here. First of all, I asked it to write a square root function, then I asked him to give a number, then I asked him to write the test cases as well. Now the important thing to note here is, guys, that when it is going to write the square root function, I want the square root function first of all to start with the name fun underscore. Secondly, with my Gemini rules, you can see here that I want a test case to be written but in PyTest testing framework. And thirdly, whenever this function is created, I want some comments also added to that. And you can see that my agent is working pretty hard. It is actually already editing calculator.py. It has already edited test calculator.py also. So it has written my test cases as well. Okay. And it has also done some PyTest, and you can see that there is some sort of exception here, but we are not worried about that. We just want to know if it has edited my code correctly or not. Okay, so let's say I accept everything, I accept all the changes. Let's see where it actually created the function. So where did it create the function? Let's see. Yeah, you see it created a function here, and just exactly how I mentioned it, it wrote the function name with the prefix as fun underscore. Then it wrote the entire comments what this function is doing. And not only that, when I click on the test case file, you can see that a test calculator file is also created and it has written test cases for this function as well. So obviously, guys, you can see that the test file is here, the test code is here, and my calculator file also writes the entire function with all the rules followed. So guys, this is how you can just do simple clicks here, make customizations, and now your agent is going to follow all the rules that you usually follow in your coding practices. Another thing in customization that we have is called workflows. Now, what are workflows, guys? Workflows are nothing but they are saved prompts. So let's say you want your agent to do a certain task and you don't want to write the entire prompt again and again. You want certain tasks to be done very, very quickly. You don't really want to, keep writing them again and again. So Here you can add workflows as well. Now there are two types of workflows. As I told you, one is the global workflow. So if you make the global workflow, which I have already made, so one of the global workflow you can see I created, it's called debug memory leak, and you can click on edit workflow here and you can see that the workflow gets opened as well. Okay, and you can see the workflow says memory is the description, the content is that debug any memory leak in my code. And I want this command to be very global. I want across my projects this command should work. Second is the workspace. So if you have a workspace based prompt that is very specific to your project, you can just write it here. So for example, let's say detect which function can detect which function name starts from fun, right? So let's say this is very simple task that I want to do, and this is a check called name check, right? So this is my name check workflow that I want to create, and my content is this, and my description is simply called as name check. Okay, and I have saved it. Now these are saved prompts, right? These are very saved prompts. If you want to call these saved prompts in your agent, all you have to do is just write slash. So if I now go back to my agent, and you can see the agent has a screen here, right? So all you have to do is call your workflow with this slash. So one of my slash is debug memory leak. So let's say I click on that and I click on send, and you can see that it will start debugging any memory leaks in my project. Okay, and then similarly guys, as we have created a workflow name checks as well, you will be able to use this name check workflow also to actually call your saved prompt. Okay, so you can see that it has completed my memory check exhibition, and it has told me that this is the memory that you initially used, and then it is stabilized, blah blah blah. So in conclusion, there is no evidence of memory leak. Okay, now if I do it again, you can see that my names check workflow is also available. So I can just do the specific workflow that I just have for this particular project here as well. You can see that it will start analyzing the function names, and obviously it is going to find one function which starts with fun, and it is going to tell me that. Okay, but these are just very basic, like sort of silly examples, guys. You can use these workflows for many other things. So for example, if you just want to check that any function has been covered by test cases or not, if you just want to check if all the database connections are closed or not, if you just want to check that the exception handling is done properly or not, and if you have just small these checks, and let's say if you only want to have the constants declared in a utils file, you don't want any constants declared in all the other files. So all these conventions you can either write as rules, or you can write them as simple workflows to get a check. So you can actually create a rule and then create a workflow to actually make sure that that rule is followed, because it's AI, it can make mistakes. It's not a human eye that is going to verify and validate every single thing. AI actually can make mistakes. So you can create these workflows to double check your changes. You can create these rules to make sure that those changes are enforced. Okay, so that is what my video was, guys. I hope you guys really liked this video and you did understand the customizations in the best way possible. If you do try this feature, guys, then please do not forget to write down in the comment section below how did you like it. And if you have any questions, comment, feedback, suggestions for me, you can write those also in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please do not forget to like this video, share this video with your friends, hype this video please. And in the end, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon for future notifications of more such programming, coding and vibe coding videos. I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Until then, take care and bye bye.